Hi, I'm Carla.
And I'm Rob, and together we are Class Catalyst.
I used to be a classroom teacher, and I loved teaching. But I also know firsthand the devastation of seeing a student fall through the cracks. We lost Kenny his junior year to suicide. I had his girlfriend Rachel in my class. And every day as my students would walk in, they would journal, they would check in, they would tell me how they were, we would connect. When Kenny died, Rachel turned to me and said, "Miss T, if he had a way to connect, maybe things would have been different." Now, I would love to stand up here and tell you that this story is unique. I would love to tell you that in the 13 years that I've been working with school districts across the country, that I had never seen this, or I rarely see this. But sadly, we all know that that's not the case. In fact, one of the school districts that I worked with in San Antonio last year lost 4 students and 2 teachers to suicide. Education has got to do better. We have got to take care of those that are taking care of our students.
That's right, Carla. Connection matters, now more than ever. With all the pressures that are within a classroom, the technology, the limited time, and the testing, it's really easy to lose connection with the kids right there in front of you. And there's a lot of ed tech tools that are teaching SEL, but they're not really driving that connection home. And education isn't a game. Connections matter. And Class Catalyst connects students every day with a caring adult. Let me show you how it works. Kids check in, at least once a day or throughout the day as necessary. They tell us their mood and their energy. And I've created a little box here for them to tell us why. Now, within the changes in the world, kids are typing a lot more. 30% of kids are leaving a note here to their teacher of what's going on in their lives. It could be something simple or something really deep and profound and personal. The teacher gets that right away. Once they're done checking in, we give them practices to get themselves centered and focused. So if they're high energy, they calm themselves down. If they're low energy, to build themselves up. Meanwhile, the teacher's getting this elegant view of their classroom. In a quick glance, they know what they can do and move forward. They know if their kids are ready to jump into the lesson or that they need to do something else before they start teaching. And on the right-hand side, those are those notes the students are writing. The teacher can reply right there in the tool, integrate into their lesson to build that connection with the student, or reach out to the student more directly. And these things don't go away as soon as the class begins. We have longitudinal data. They can check back on those students to see if there's a change or a trend, or there's a problem that's going on, or there's a break in that trend, and maybe you should talk to them. And this doesn't just go to the teachers, it goes to the counselors and the administrators in the school, so they all are informed of what's going on in their school. There are 56 million students in America. They all deserve to be connected with a caring adult. We're currently in 8 states, and we have over 200,000 check-ins. And we've gotten testimonials from teachers, students, and administrators on how much they love the tool and how much it's affected their classroom. Excuse me. But what really matters is the data. And our data has been externally validated by Chapin Hall, University of Chicago. This chart in particular is a school in Chicago over a course of 5 months. And what you see is the mood, the energy, and those could combine together to be the optimal condition for learning. And there was a 23% increase in that optimal learning condition in just 5 months. That means these kids are 23% more focused on what the teacher is actually telling those students. And a really interesting fact is there was a gender gap at the beginning. In the end of 5 months, the boys were able to self-regulate, which is an impressive feat. But there needs to be a standard way for students to check in and connect with teachers. Class Catalyst is that standard. And at only $12 a student per year, we think it's a small cost in order to make sure that no one falls through the cracks. Currently, a pre-revenue. Carl and I have invested over 2 years and $850,000 on our own money to make sure we do this right. We're asking for an investment of $1 million so we can take it to that next level and improve our product integration, improve our marketing so we can reach beyond the 8 states we're currently in.
Thank you, Rob. This is impressive stuff. Join us. Help us connect every student across the country with a caring adult, because no student should fall through the cracks. Thank you.